Steph Beckett here at InfoComm 2025 here at the Daktronics booth, and I'm joined by Jim Vasgaard. So we're on day 3 of the show. I know everybody's tired, but how did the show go for you?
It has been a great show, Steph. Probably been one of the best InfoComms that Daktronics has had.
Yeah.
So it was not only very active, but the conversations were very meaningful, very positive. So great show.
I love to hear that. So you have some really exciting things here in your booth.
We do.
I heard a rumor that you had a 0.4 millimeter micro LED here. That is the probably narrowest pixel pitch that I have seen on the market. Tell me a little bit, where do you see the future of fine pitch micro LED?
It's a great question. You know, the industry's really looking at what we call the next frontier of display technology, which is micro-LED. And one of the things that we've been talking about here at the industry, there's some misnomers or info in the industry, you know, where people are kind of calling a lot of technologies micro-LED. So part of what we're sharing with folks is, you know, micro is all about the size of the element and the IC components. So it's under the 100 microns.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're not familiar, not mine, would be yours. My hair is a lot thinner than that, but you know, 100 microns is about the size of human hair.
Okay.
So it's really the LED and the electronic drive components under that size is true micro.
Okay.
And that's what we're showing here today.
Very cool. So kind of educating the industry about true micro. Where do you see the applications for that?
It's really it's going to be very vast, you know, because you're going to really see probably up to a 1.2, maybe a little smaller. That'll be your max size because of the element.
Yes.
But where you're now getting down to is at 0.4, maybe even tighter.
Yeah.
You're talking about maybe cell phones, televisions. You know, you could get into more consumer goods. But when you start to think about how fast content can move, now you're talking about simulation. You could be doing, VIR. You could start talking about getting into the medical caves or surgery domes, right? There's just a significant number of opportunities. The product will be robust. As I mentioned, you know, with the drive electronics expansion, which is one thing that we're showing here, which is also unique. You know, now you're going to 240 frames or probably even 480 frames a second.
Yeah.
Plus the higher hertz rate.
Absolutely.
So you just what you could do expands.
Yeah. The opportunities truly are endless.
It is.
You're also showing a 2.5 millimeter chip on board here. So chip on board has an interesting kind of area in our industry. It's known for being really durable. But until I would say the past couple of years, performance was not as there. We're seeing that being very, very different now.
Correct.
Do you want to talk about like where performance is really meeting durability with that technology now and maybe some new areas we're seeing chip on board technology?
Right. We brought the 2.5 to the marketplace, and we're, based on what we can find, we're the only 2.5 chip on board product at this show. And we haven't found any others in the industry. Actually, we're hearing some LED providers are actually scaling back and going to smaller pixel pitches. We believe the 2.5 has some real sweet spots, whether it be convention centers, large corporate lobbies, could be training rooms, sports venues, you know, anywhere where there is a large corporate space with a longer viewing distance.
Yeah.
Your question about chip on board is spot on. You know, there was some development that had to come into play. But there's really a couple key parts to it. You know, one is about a little module.
Nice.
You know, it's the encapsulant, right?
Yeah.
That's the part that protects the LED from damage, which is one of the key parts to ship on board. But what a lot of people don't talk about is how that encapsulant also can help with the image quality, the color definition, and the color vibrancy. Some things we've spent a lot of time doing is very rich colored background, very dark. But we also put a layer of film in our encapsulant so light can only pass one way.
Yeah.
So when you get a lot of reflection, like with these lights, it just stops when it hits the face of our display.
It almost like absorbs it. Yeah.
Correct. So that's why as you see some of the displays, and we've heard positive comments, the colors are so vibrant on our displays. A lot of it has to do with the encapsulant.
Yeah.
And then you drop down into the other part of it is with the change in using the flip chip and eliminating wire bonds and how it's all attached to the circuit board. You now have a much more reliable product, or you can.
Yeah.
We've tested in our life testing systems. You know, our flip chip has a high level of reliability, far superior to what's we've been using or seeing in our high performing chip or surface mount diode product. So we really like chip on board. We're all in on it.
Yeah.
We've really focused on selling this to the Pro AV industry.
Yep.
And we see this as really being that product that's going to bridge as we get to MicroLED, hopefully in a couple of years.
Yeah, so I like that you kind of brought that up because you guys are really, really known for sports venues. Mm-hmm. That is where you guys really shine, but you're here in the Pro AV industry too.
Yes.
So as you're moving in here, tell me a little bit more about like moving more into the Pro AV industry, becoming more well known, because obviously you guys do it all.
Well, that's the fun part. We do get a lot of integrators that they want to know what we're doing because we're the sports guys. We're the
sports
outdoor guys.
Right? Yeah.
And so part of why we wanted to show the MicroLED is to demonstrate our commitment to the Pro AV industry. Our goal is to be the display guys. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we want to be the outdoor guys. We're going to be the sports guys. But we're also going to be the indoor guys for the Pro AV market. Mm-hmm. And that's what's led us to do developments like our speed frame mounting system.
Yep.
Much quicker. It's really geared towards the Pro AV market. Working with the integrators and driving projects through the channel. Sports is going to continue to buy the way they do, but Pro AV growth is significant.
It's crazy.
We're going to see this product really dominate the market in the near future.
I'm excited to see it.
I am too.
Last question I have for you, Jim. Where can people find more information on Daktronics?
www.daktronics.com.
Perfect. And don't forget on our side as well, you can go to ravepubs.com/InfoComm for all your InfoComm 2025 news. Again, I'm Steph Beckett, and we will see you next time.